Do you remember Echo, a third-person stealth sci-fi game that came out in 2017? Hello everyone, the Duke here, and this game normally is $25, but you can get half off for $12.49, which is absolutely a steal for it. It took me about 11 hours to finish the game on my first playthrough. I started a second one just to get some footage about it, but to give you a sort of rundown of what's happening, En, the protagonist, has arrived at this strange palace to revive a friend of hers, and, well, things aren't as they seem. One of the things about this game is that it has an absolutely beautiful art style and also graphics. Like, for being 7 years old at this point, it absolutely still stands up to a lot of titles today, and the art style is this just gold palacey vibe. It does a really good job of setting the theme. Now I'm going to try to explain the gameplay in a non-spoiler confusing way, but basically the game is separated into two portions, the light and the dark, and in the light all your actions are recorded. So you're surrounded by these things that are mimicking you. They look just like you. And at first they can only grab you and try to kill you that way. They can't do anything else. However, everything you do in the light is recorded. So you have a gun, let's say you shoot them. The palace will record that, and every 5 minutes the palace will reboot. And what that means is everything will go dark, and in the dark you can do whatever you want. Nothing is recorded, and it only lasts for about 30 seconds, I believe, but upon that reboot, whatever you did before, these creatures will now echo, essentially. So you shoot, they'll shoot back. You hop over a ledge, they'll do that. Even if you do something like yell to attract their attention, they'll start mimicking that. Also, they will unlearn what you do, so you're not always having to face against them shooting you, and this can be used, like, for instance, I didn't touch water in the previous reboot, so they can't access me in the water, which is fantastic. It's a really cool concept, and while I do believe it could have been explored a little more, what they have is pretty good. The voice acting is fantastic, as is the audio design, the cutscenes, and the soundtrack. Like, it all blends together for the perfect mood. Unfortunately, the game does feel not necessarily unfinished, but it does feel like they could have gone a lot further with the concept, though strangely, despite this game getting several awards and being, well, very well received, the studio shut down, and also there's apparently a movie being still made about this game. I have no idea. There's very little information online about it, but supposedly there's actually one coming out, so if you like the game, hey, you can expect a movie whenever. Overall, I really enjoyed Echo, even though I played it about 5 years ago and I'm just replaying it now. It's still just as fun. I really like the execution, and of course I wish there was more. We will never get a sequel. Maybe, probably, I don't know, likely not, but what we have here is great, and I think you'd enjoy it. Also, check out how cool this menu is. Like, the level of detail, like, I love this. Like, why can't more games be like this? I hope you enjoyed this review, and this has been the Duke, signing off.